Welcome to the Renaissance spirit.
Ever wonder how a small group of farmers and warriors on the banks of the Tiber River became rulers of the known world? Buckle in. In the next 10 minutes, you'll not only learn how Rome rose, ruled, and fell, but also how its spirit still pulses through our modern world. Ready? Let's journey back. At first, Rome was little more than a speck, a rough city-state among many in the ancient Italian peninsula. How, then, did it become the heartbeat of an empire stretching from Britain to the sands of Arabia? The answer lies in Rome's indomitable will and a stroke of sheer historical luck. The Roman Republic emerged with a revolutionary idea, governance not by kings, but by elected officials and the voice of the Senate. It was messy, it was glorious, and it was the training ground for what would come next, a machine of governance and conquest, fueled by citizen soldiers who believed they were carrying the torch of destiny. But republics are fragile things. Enter Julius Caesar, brilliant general, shrewd politician, and, some would say, the man who broke the republic. After his assassination, it was Augustus who rose from the chaos, donning the mask of first citizen while holding the power of an emperor. Thus began the Pax Romana, 200 years of relative peace and prosperity. What could possibly go wrong? Stay tuned. Rome didn't just conquer, it built. Picture gleaming aqueducts carrying water across mountains, roads stretching like veins across continents, grand public baths where rich and poor alike gathered. Rome's engineering was almost mythical. How did a civilization 2,000 years ago achieve feats we marvel at today? Yet Rome's true genius wasn't just in stone and mortar. Roman law, with its focus on rights and fairness, at least in theory, became a foundation for legal systems across the world. Citizenship, Senate debate, written codes. Does that sound familiar? It should. Culturally, Rome was a sponge and a creator. They absorbed Greek art and philosophy, giving it a new Roman twist. Think of soaring domes, epic poetry like Virgil's Aeneid, and philosophical giants like Seneca. But beneath this glittering facade, cracks were beginning to show. Cracks that no amount of marble could hide. Power struggles tore at the fabric of the Republic, and the pattern repeated itself during the Empire. As Rome grew fat on its conquests, the spirit of unity and sacrifice faded. Corruption, inflation, and a military more loyal to generals than to Rome itself began to rot the system from within. Meanwhile, enemies pressed against Rome's vast borders: Germanic tribes, Parthians, and later the fierce Huns. The once invincible Roman legions found themselves stretched thin and demoralized. And then there was a revolution not of armies but of faith. Christianity, once a persecuted sect, spread rapidly, promising salvation not through earthly power but spiritual grace. The old gods fell silent. A new worldview was rising, one that would outlast the empire itself. It didn't happen overnight. Rome's fall was a slow-motion disaster. In 410 CE, the unthinkable happened. The city of Rome was sacked by the Visigoths. A cascade of events followed. The empire fractured, centralized authority disintegrated, and barbarian kingdoms carved up former Roman lands like a feast. But Rome didn't vanish. It transformed. Roman law, the Latin language, the architectural wonders, the vision of civic governance, these seeds took root across medieval Europe and beyond. Today, every time you vote, walk on a paved road, admire a grand building, or debate justice, you're in conversation with ancient Rome. But what does this dialogue mean for our future? The Roman Empire is more than dusty ruins and Latin inscriptions. It's a living testament to human ambition, creativity, folly, and resilience. It teaches us that great societies can achieve wonders, and yet can falter when they lose their sense of purpose and unity. Thank you for watching. Our channel, known as the Renaissance Spirit, is dedicated to the pursuits of a just, equitable, and humanitarian world. Video topics encompass areas including history, politics, religion, personal development, society, culture, social and environmental justice, and other topics of liberal arts and sciences, including ancient Rome and the Roman Empire, a perfect mirror for the modern world. Living the Renaissance spirit means engaging with history not as a distant past, but as a living dialogue, constantly informing and enriching our present. The Renaissance spirit is a reminder of our dialogue with the future, our progeny and posterity, our legacy. Will we grant them a future free from the fear of climate change and tales of the end of democracy? Will they admonish us for our sins and omissions, or will they remember us fondly as saviors of humanity and the natural world? The Renaissance ushered in a golden age of knowledge, reviving wisdom, both lost to time and yet to be discovered. It birthed the Enlightenment and the Age of Reason, embracing truth, knowledge, and compassion for humanity, and our shared history opens up the world to each of us. It improves all of humanity, offering a chance to be better stewards of the earth and each other. The Renaissance spirit, more than a philosophy, a style for living, learning, growing, and thinking. Please subscribe, turn on notifications, share this video, and take our quiz next to see if you're a true Renaissance spirit. Live the Renaissance spirit. History has not died, only our understanding of it.